Good morning, Matt. This is Johnny. I'm going to do a walk around on the Sanibel for you. Try to give you some of the basics that you're going to need to operate this unit. So let's get started. First off is your brand new air ride hitch. The first thing you need to do is to hook your truck to this, and then you'll see this nozzle up on top here. You need an air chuck or an air hose, and you're going to pump this airbag up. There's an arrow on the front of this airbag, and you're going to pump it up into the bottom of this shock. Once you do that, it'll be at the right pressure to tow this. On the side here is your breakaway switch. This just needs to be tied into something solid in the bed of the truck. In the event that this trailer comes uncoupled, that pulls out and it automatically puts the brakes on. So this is called your automatic breakaway switch. Inside your front compartment is your battery compartment, your front jacks. Right now this is your 50 amp power cord. I'll show you where that plugs in at. And I just wanted to tell you on these front jacks, in case you ever have to manually move them, there's a rubber plug up here at the top and a rubber plug here at the bottom of the motor that you can put a 3/8 socket in and manually move these jacks. This is something I'm just noticing, but this battery will actually be in this box with this hose venting on the outside here. So I'll get that done before this unit ships. On your front legs, these are fast pins. Basically, when you're on your truck, all I have to do is pull these and I can lift up and down on this. It just speeds up the hook-unhook process. Right now they're set pretty decent, but when I hook onto my truck, I would just, once all the weight is off, I would pull this pin, slide that up, and be ready to go. You don't have to sit there and hold the electric button until it slowly comes up or down. Okay, man, on the front of your trailer, you've got this little sticker with a diagram. You have an 8-bolt lug wheel, and they need to be torqued at 110 pounds. You need to do this at 100 miles and at 200 miles. And then here on the front of the trailer, you've got a porch light, just to give you some extra light. This is your vent for your battery, your docking lights, so that turns on these blue lights at the front. I don't know if you can see those right now. This is for a solar charger. Actually, this really won't come into use for you. This is for somebody that's going to use a solar suitcase and plug into it. And then this is the auto level system to level your coach, and I'll walk through how to do that. Okay, you can use this panel outside, and there's a panel inside to level the unit. We're going to start outside here. So I'm going to push the up and down arrow at the same time, and a little green light comes on, telling me the system is ready. All I'm going to do is hit auto level. Hit it again, it didn't do anything. There it goes, the light starts flashing. And you wait. So it normally is going to drop the nose first. And then it'll bring it back up. You've got 6-point jacks, so the rears are coming down now. We're just going to do this in real time. Once the rears are down and it levels, it will push these middle ones down for better stabilization. Just dropping the nose now. Making a couple more adjustments. And there they go. It's hard to see them. Once all 6 jacks are down and solid, you will get a green light outside, and inside it'll read success on a digital readout. I think that should be about it. Might have 1 or 2 more short adjustments, but it's gonna finish up here in just a second. Still making some adjustments, Matt. And there I get the green solid light. We are level. In the front off door side compartment is one of your 30-pound LP tanks. And this is your automatic 2-stage regulator. So this will, as long as both bottles are turned on both sides, once one is empty, it will automatically feed over to the other one. Behind that is our main storage bay, and there are instructions here for the leveling system in case you forget. Up here is an inverter, so that's for the refrigerator, I believe. I think that's all that powers is the refrigerator. And then in that same compartment is my wet bay. So this is my water connection. So city water, when I have a hose to hook up to, basically a campground, I would hook it there and I would have fresh water. Over here on this side is where I would fill the freshwater tank. Sorry. There you go. So we just put a hose in there until the freshwater tank is full. There's a monitor panel inside and it'll tell you the level of that tank. Just below that is my winterizing system. So right now you can see I'm in the normal position. When I'm ready to winterize, I will put it up in this position here. And if you see this hose that goes up in here, it comes down. I can put this into a gallon of antifreeze and turn my water pump on and pump it through the system. That's how I winterize the system. Up top here, I have my cable coax. This is my satellite coax. And then there's a battery disconnect up here. So when you push it in, it goes off. When you pull it out, it is on. There's also a small light here so that at night you can see stuff. Here's the hot water bypass. So this is part of your winterizing system. So when you have, before you use this side, you would actually bypass the water heater so that when you're pumping antifreeze, you're not filling that water heater. Back to normal on both of those. Down here is my black tank flush. I hook a separate, not my drinking water hose, but a separate garden hose of some sort up here after I have dumped my black tanks. After my sewer tanks are dumped, I hook a hose up here. I open the valve, leave the valve open on the sewer connection and put water in that sewer tank. It basically is a sprinkler for the inside of your sewer tank. You just don't want to leave it on too long because it will overflow. You just put water to the tank, close it, let it fill up about 10-15 gallons, open it, let it flush out. Do that once or twice and you have a nice clean black tank. Next to this is your hot water, basically your outdoor shower. You can hook it up here, and then you can hook up a sprayer nozzle to it. That pretty much covers everything in the bay. This is your water heater. Okay, so you have a gas electric water heater, a direct spark ignition, so you don't have any pilot light. This is your pop-off valve. This is how it relieves pressure in case of an emergency. If it overpressurizes, it'll relieve the pressure this way. This is your furnace vent. Freshwater drain is right up here at the front also. You can see it here. Okay. You have an enclosed heated underbelly. And here by the middle jack on the off-door side is your sewer outlet. So I've got you a sewer hose. You will hook it on here and twist it, lock one place, and then you've got a total of 25 feet if you need it. You do have a TPMS system, so there is a kit in your trailer. You will just have to get it hooked up, and you'll be able to tell in real time the pressure of your tires going down the road. And underneath here, you've got an 1.25 inch receiver. It's only rated for 150 pounds. It's good for a couple of bicycles. You have a power awning on this slide. There's a button inside that'll roll that out. You just extend the awning. It comes out 8 feet. The big thing on these awnings is they're basically for shade. Do not use them for rain or wind events. Make sure they're rolled up or you will lose them. The main part of your coach, you have a large awning, and it is actually controlled by the smart arm, which is right out here. Your control system is right here. Okay, so you see this lock button? You have to hold it for 3 to 5 seconds, and then the green light will come on. And then I hit the out arrow. My awning is rolling out. Sorry, I got my finger in the way. Then at the top of the stairs is your control panel. Just touch it to turn it on. Or sorry, right here, here's a button to turn it on. Okay. And I want to get my slides. So I am going to go to devices or go home. Okay, so my setup at the top, I've got my awning. This is how I push my awning out. Tap on the corner. Awning, hit the plus button. And the awning is retracting. That is the awning on the slide. I'm retracting it now. Go back. My leveler. Sorry, there's my leveling system. This is how I would control it from the inside. So there's an auto level button, an automatic hitch height, which I didn't explain out there. So once you've already leveled your unit and you're ready to hook up again, this system remembers where you dropped it at. So if you hit automatic hitch, outside it says hitch height, it will automatically take you there. So all you have to do is back up and hook up. It's really cool. If need be, you can also put this thing in manual mode. I normally keep it in automatic mode, but you can put it in manual, and you can just run up the right jacks, the front, the left, the rear. But I suggest you keep it on automatic. From there, I'm going to come out. I've got an awning light here. All I got to do to turn it on is basically use the slide switch, or tap it here, and then use the slide switch here. And then my interior lights, same thing. I turn all my interior lights on here, or off. Go to devices, and that's where I'm going to find my slides. So I'm going to hit my slides. 2 of them come up. The first slide, I hit the arrow. I'm going to hit and hold. You have to actually hold the plus button as the slide rolls out. Then I have to do the same with slide 2. And then you have a light switch here for the hallway. This is my remote switch for the inverter. So when you have to hold it for a second, power that up. So if that is now powering my refrigerator off of the batteries. If not using it, go ahead and shut it off. This is my thermostat for my HVAC. As you see right now, I've got it on high cool. All I have to do to change that, I touch the mode button, wake it up. I just hit it twice and turned it off. I'm gonna get a little bit closer here so you can see it. It is in the off position. I'm gonna hit mode. First setting is high fan. Next setting is high cool. This is how I would change the temperature setting. Next mode is furnace. Next mode is off. Pretty simple. And then down here is your solar controller. Right now I've got 13.4 volts in the system. All right, your RV toilet, it's pretty straightforward. You've got a foot pedal here. You push halfway, you're gonna get water in the bowl. You push all the way, it empties the bowl. So when you are ready to first start camping, you're gonna push down and you're gonna put in a gallon or 2 of water and then put in some toilet chemical. It's usually a formaldehyde based, or you can use a very green product, it's up to you. But you put something in there to break down the waste and to deodorize. The one thing I'll warn you about is I've broken these shower doors before. When in transport, always use the latch. You have GFI resets throughout your unit. This is the only reset. So if you blow a GFI reset outside or in the kitchen or somewhere, come in here to reset it. Then in your master bedroom, you've got another slide room controller. This is a little bit different system. You want to hold the button for 5 seconds after the room stops moving, both coming in and going out. I'll explain that in a second. Okay, at the last couple of seconds, these motors lined up. So there's a motor behind here and a motor on the other side, and they are synchronized. When you continue to hold that button at the end of the sequence, it resynchronizes those motors. That's very important. If you let off too soon, it'll get out of sync. Under your bed is storage. And right now I've got a bunch of your stuff stored there. Your washer and dryer that we installed. There's the central vac system we installed. The hose goes in here. There's a whole kit, which I believe I put in the bunk room. Here's your AC panel and all your 12-volt fuses. Okay, and then just outside the bunk room, you have another panel here. This also can control your slides in and out, so you've got multiple ways to control your slides. This one is for your bunk slide, so that one needs to be pushed out yet. I'm going to go ahead and extend that. And here's another button to extend your awning as well. Also on this panel is your monitor panel. So basically I'm going to push for black and gray. Right now you can see it's saying it's empty. So black 1 or 2, depending on how I have this switched, is empty. My gray tank is empty. My fresh water has a little bit in it. I'll dump that. My battery is full. And then if I want to run my water heater on LP, I turn that switch on. If I want to run it on electric, I turn this switch on. But I want to make sure that I have water in my water heater before I turn this switch on. If I don't, I will burn the water heater element. The DSI fault light will basically tell me when it's sparking. This is my water pump switch, so if I am pumping water out of my water tank, this has to be on. And then every time I open a faucet, the water will automatically pump from the tank to the faucet. So this is my power vent. So if I wanted the power vent to go up, I just hit this button. And that vent in the kitchen raises. And I can turn it on as well. Your bunk room. I put the accessory kit for the vacuum cleaner up here. You've got your half bath here. Very nice. Okay, your fireplace. You've actually got, it's about 5,200 BTUs. It can either create ambiance or produce heat. Here's your entertainment system.
Focus more on their families, and some have decided the time is right.
So on your stove, to light the burners, you're basically just going to push it in, and as you're holding it, that is sparking, and then you may have to hold it for a couple minutes until the gas gets here. Nice kitchen faucet here. This is how you turn it on. Hot, cold, turn it back off. And it also has a nice feature here. This is your 50 amp plug-in. So it goes in only one way, slides in, twist lock to your right. Yours looks a little different than this. It has a yellow angled piece on it, but it hooks up the same way. Gray water holding tank, that's your sinks, your shower. There's a valve up underneath here, right there. And that gets pulled. It's pushed in now, it's closed. You pull it to open it. You've got three different things. You've got your low point drain, your wastewater holding tank valve, and your galley tank valve. They're up underneath here. Here's the low point drains, hot and cold. This is your sewer, your waste holding tank valve. And this tank valve here is for the kitchen sink. That's how you dump them. They all come out of this outlet here where you're gonna hook your sewer hose onto. Finally, when you're ready to go, you come over here, you turn your system on, and you hit Hitch Height. And that'll retract all of your jacks and put your front down just like it was before when you dropped it off. My walk around, I hope I covered on the main points. The best way to get used to this is get out and start using it. But if you've got questions, give me a call.